EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Great team! Mike 54! Watch the run, watch the run! Down, go!
On first and 10, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is it! Great team! Mike 54! Mike 54! Get your swarm on!
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Watson now to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 59 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Garoppolo now, escaping the pressure right. Looking for Sanders here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Emmanuel Sanders, 82 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
The kicker on for the extra point.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Open man, the tight end falls. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Right there, 56. Hey, they're scared.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
On first down, here's Breida. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got the Texans. 13. 55, Mike, 55. Five.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Mike 55.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run it with Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I got you. 41 to Mike. 11. Check 41. Ross a slant.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 yards there, first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go. 180.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go. 180.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Hey, gun.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Check back. Alpha.
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Third and long, it's Watson. And he's going to go down again. D Ford providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go. Come to my work. We want it. Wait. Hey, gun. 55. I know he ain't got 13. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Kill. 13.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Flush to his right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
12, fellas, here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Garoppolo, deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
At the 35-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Watson. Steps away to his left, and he's going to keep it here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the 50, it's Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
I can't believe they let you play. I got you. They didn't let you play. 65. Check, 55, Mike.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Garoppolo on first down. He's got it. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run with Breida. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Back now in Houston. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. It's Coleman here. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped him behind the line for the second straight play. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third and goal.
12. Let's get off the field. Hey, alert. 55, come on. Check, 55.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They run with Breida. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. He picks up 7 yards there, but they're still faced with a difficult third and goal here.
Here we go. Wait, 12, fellas, here we go. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 2.
They run again with Breida. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
11. They gonna need some therapy after this.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Touchdown, 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Breida. They find some open field here. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Garoppolo looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
11. 21, 21. Hey, check 24, check 24. Hey, gun. Me. 21. Here we go. 12, fellas, here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in